This week on True Bloods, we talk about Brodie Grundy's tap down to Errol Goulden and everything else Sydney Swans. Clarko?
AD's back. We're a big continuity pod. We're happy to have a third man on. AD.
As long as we keep winning, I'll keep turning up.
Go, boys.
Jeez, this is the most one-eyed podcast.
It's what we're here to do. There is only one side in this competition. It's game-changing.
It's absolutely game-changing, Deebs.
Riddle me that, mate.
Yeah, riddle me that, Deebs.
Do you remember?
This is True Bloods, the number one independent Sydney Swans fan podcast, and we are back in the AFL Today studio to talk about that win over the Sainters, the upcoming clash against the Roos and everything else. Sydney Swans joined closest to my left by Madison Clark. Clarko,
Yes,
how are you?
I'm well. I'm very well.
And to my far left, AD Alex Donnelly. How are you, mate?
Mate, I just sat here all week and just waited for you blokes to turn up, but I needed to talk about another win, and it was a great day on Sunday.
Now, Deebs, we talk about, you want continuity in your team, right? You don't want to just bring someone into the team and then drop him the next week. So we thought we'll give him just another crack at it, the big AD, because the feedback was good last week.
Yeah, that's for sure. I've actually got something in my pocket here. AD added a little bit, and that little bit of incremental uplift that we love to sprinkle into our drinks every now and then. So AD, you've got another week, mate. So well done.
Love it.
Very good. Well, boys, what a win, hey? It was just really good to work hard. Maybe didn't play our best footy all day, but
we didn't play footy for 100 minutes in the middle of the game there. Probably not 100. That's probably a bit strong. Maybe 80. But
a little bit of mayo on that, Matt.
Yeah, well, I mean, but that's been a hallmark of our poor performances is just sort of stopping playing football. Our second quarters have been our worst. And it was disappointing because it looked like in the first quarter, AD, that we were going to absolutely pants the Saints.
It was just a 15-minute blitz where we kicked those 5 goals, and we had a chance, I think it was Aaron Francis, to kick the 6th, and it just felt like,
come on, Aaron.
He kicks that. We were on for a generational Aaron Francis day, but if he kicks that, it's 6 goals to 2, and you think, we'll just skip away here. And I know it's first quarter, but it almost felt like, that would have just knocked the wind out of them. They got those 2 really late goals that got them right back into it, which... It was just the tale of the day. Like, they kept scoring late goals in quarters.
Do you know what I loved?
What do you love?
Seeing Jake Lloyd line up at half forward.
Talk about a man rebounding off getting dropped. He has done it's reignited something in him, hasn't it?
That's what dropping someone is fundamentally meant to do.
That's right.
Because you're meant to, firstly, Jake Lloyd's a leader of the club, right? He's a leader of the club. You're not meant to chuck the sads, crack it when you get dropped. You're meant to go, okay, these are areas I've been lacking.
Yeah.
This is what I got to do to go and get better. And it's all about attitude. And obviously, I mean, Jake Lloyd's the leader of the football club. They don't publish the leadership group, but he is.
No.
Right?
Isn't that one of the funniest things that the Swans do?
Bizarre. Of all the things you could hide.
Yeah.
Our leaders.
A team that's had co-captains for about 20 years.
That's right.
But seeing him there, seeing him line up at half forward, seeing him be, because, I mean, that was the whack on him, wasn't it? We've got too many of these, soft halfback / winger types. And he's sort of done a mini reinvention of himself, hitting the scoreboard, Deebs.
For sure, and kicking set shots. I think I was speaking to Zano today, who we had the pleasure of sitting with as well.
The great birthday boy today.
The great birthday, happy birthday to Big Zane, red and white.
Get the buddy cake out. He came along to the footy with us.
He did. But apparently when he kicked that set shot from 50 metres, you can see us go up straight away. Like, we got a really early celebration in there.
Sure.
So that is worthy. If someone wants to go and find that and clip it up for us, that'd be fantastic.
A white jumper, it's very easy to spot us.
Yeah, 100%. But we also had the pre-game event that we all attended, the 20-year anniversary of the 05 flag. Got to see Barry Hall, Leo Barry Star, and interviewed by Quarters.
Yes.
That was really good, wasn't it, lads?
Sensational. Absolutely sensational. Again, bit early to start drinking, considering the sort of things that transpired later on in the evening, which probably doesn't make for a productive Monday. But the fact of the matter is, I think Quarters to interview those boys was just perfect. The symbolism of that, the full circle nature, AD.
I was about to say it was full circle, and he just expressed gratitude. He was like, I was just the lucky guy that was on the call, because it could have very easily, in another universe, been Tim Lane, his co-commentator, calling that last play. But just how it was all summed up perfectly, and you got to love how they all knew how to have a laugh at Leo Barry's expense, because he probably hasn't told that story much over the past 20 years. But it was good to get hearing from Barry Hall going, it's 30 seconds to go. I was just sitting there going, shit, I hope we win.
Yeah.
Name a deeper voice than
Darren
Barry
Lockyer.
Hall. Yeah, Lockyer. Or Jonathan Brown. But I reckon they're the top three.
Oh, yeah.
I tell you what, Baz speaks pretty well, doesn't he?
speaks really well.
Yeah, and he tells a good story as well.
Is there wider chompers out there than the great Barry Hall?
The guy, he's a bald head than the great Barry Hall.
He looks in better shape than he was playing in.
Yeah, for sure. He's probably bigger and stronger nearly.
Chasing around
He's-
3 kids all day. Or was it 4 that he said? It'd do that to you.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
But getting back to the game.
That's right.
I just thought that from Lloydie from the outset is exactly what you bloody want.
It is.
Exactly what you want, especially taking your set shots. The efficiency was far better going forward. Absolutely sensational.
And the presence of mind when there was the skirmish to go, I'm in the goal scorer on my own. Hey, Aaron Francis, chip it over to me as well. Make an absolute sure thing of it.
Yep.
Those little things as well, get messed up in the face. I can just kick a goal here.
Well, what's
Correct.
he kicked in the last 3 weeks? 2, 2, and 3.
Yep.
I reckon he's kicked, and he had heaps of opportunities in that first game when he came back. So it's a nice little weapon to have there, Jake Lloyd. We know he's a smart footballer, makes good decisions,
Yep.
and just to have someone executing 3 goals straight on the weekend, it's what you want out of your half.
That's all. And
forwards.
people can go with you when you do that as well.
Yeah.
So couldn't be happier with that.
Definitely, mate. Now, the great man, Brodie Grundy, is doing something special at the moment, isn't he?
Well, you don't get beaten by what you know.
That's right.
Deeps. And what I've noticed about Brodie is, that those free kicks that we were, having a go at him for AD, there's a little bit of incremental uplift here from the great Brodie Grundy, because he's not giving them away anymore. In fact, he got 2 of them himself.
He was drawing them.
Yeah, he was drawing those free kicks of just sort of not blocking the other ruckman. I thought he put on another stellar performance. And as your man, Hoyne, suggests that he is the number 1 player in the competition since round 12, according to Champion Data Deeps.
Yeah, we're a big Champion Data pod, as you know, Mads. And when the stats tend to go in our direction, we love getting those through. So
We like hearing the news that makes us happy.
Yeah,
that's
correct.
right. That's right. But it's definitely all about building the case.
Stats can prove anything you want,
No,
Deeps.
you build the
75% of people know that.
because without stats, you're just another bloke with
Another bloke with a bloody
a
opinion.
opinion. Just another bare bum in the shower.
Just another bear bum in the shower.
That's right, Clarko. That's right. But he's worked down to Errol Goulden late. It's not the first time we've seen it, lads. We saw it last year against Collingwood, and then we've seen it again this week. You would think that the St Kilda Footy Club would be ready for that one, but we managed to catch them on the hop
Brad
again.
Hill had a half-hearted attempt at smothering.
Half-hearted's putting it strongly.
Yeah, correct.
It was arms are in the air.
So
he's a lazy footballer, Brad Hill.
He is.
We
Downhill
noticed
scale.
that a lot. He was just out the back, not wanting to go near a contest, and he did cough up a goal at one point in the first quarter where Haynes just swamped him and snapped it around the corner as well. Those 2 efforts summed up Brad Hill's afternoon.
Yep, absolutely. And, so to your point, Deebs, I think they actually knew it was coming. I just don't think they tried hard enough to stop it, and I think that probably sums up St Kilda.
Yeah, it didn't quite close the space up, and
correct.
that's what you got to get busy, especially when you're protecting a lead with 5 minutes to go. You got to be a little bit tighter in the contest from a forward stoppage.
Correct. Talk to me about Gus Sheldrick, AD.
Yes.
Yes.
Look, no, see, this is what happens, right? You cop a little bit of a whack here on
It's
TV,
good. It's
and
good.
AD, what happens?
It was probably his best game of the season.
That's right.
Up there with that game against the Lions he had a couple of years ago. But 18 touches, 70% disposal efficiency.
That's right.
So the disposal efficiency I've got is 80%.
Okay, I had 70. 80 is even
Sorry,
better.
that's what the key thing I looked for was, hold on, Gussie, and I'll double check on AFL, but I note it was noticeable at the ground that he was so much more efficient when he was.
There was a
hitting
couple of
targets.
dumps out of clearances because he had a few clearances as well, which sometimes you just need to do. You've got to get the footy out of the congestion, but also finding space, taking marks, setting up a couple of goals, kicking that goal as well right in front of us. I was like, oh, that's a tight angle, but absolutely slotted it. I think adding that little thing to his game as well is he had a couple of chances to kick a couple of goals the week before, didn't take them. Takes the chance here as well. And we've seen earlier in the year, he kick a couple against the Roos.
I think each time that he was coming on as sub there for a little bit, he was hitting the scoreboard. So he's capable in front of the big sticks, but even I reckon he put a ball inside 50 on the lead, hit the target as well.
Correct.
And that set shot when we really needed it to sort of get back into that game. It was really good just to see Gussie, and I sort of touched on it a couple of weeks ago, that he is one of these guys that we're going to need sort of 30, 40, 50 games into before we start seeing the return on the investment.
Well, he's got a 2-year extension on the table, so hopefully he takes that up, because I think after seeing his development over the last 3 years, obviously missed pretty much all of last year, but seeing his development this year, to lose him would be a bit of a kick in the nuts, especially to our depth as well, because he's a player that you definitely need, because what he does frees up a lot of other players.
Absolutely. And, it even frees up someone like a James Rowbottom to play more of a defensive mid role. And, Jack McRae, is he the most damaging with the football? No, but he is that link-up player. He does normally get a hell of a lot more than 20 disposals. So that sort of head-to-head role, that's what Gus allows to happen,
But he had a quiet one last week, Rowie, but backs it up. Like, comes in and is like, nah, I'm going to put my stamp on this game. 15 tackles. Like, just an insane number. Obviously, the goal in the last quarter was crucial as well, given we were trying to get back into the game. Like, I thought he was probably our best player. I know the coaches' votes went with Grundy, but I thought he was outstanding.
Yep.
Yeah, 15 touches, 15 tackles, hit the scoreboard. Once again, probably Rowie was just a little bit cleaner with his disposals. He's sort of someone like Gussie who can slip into that dump kick stuff out of clearance, because when you're that contested ball, that's sort of when the game's not sort of flowing and coming to you in that flow state, you can get a bit rushed, but I think he did it quite well inside.
It's to be expected.
Yeah.
Everyone knows your disposal efficiency isn't going to be in the 80s and 90s if you're an in and under midfielder. But we just wanted it just a little bit higher than bloody 45%.
But you talk about like disposal efficiency doesn't tell the job, because Lizard has gone at 80%, and I thought he had an absolute shocking
Shocker.
game.
He had a stinker.
It was just terrible.
Let me give you a link up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you tell me where on the ground do you think this little one was?
I think I know where this
Brody, Lizard, Wicks.
Goal square right in front of me.
Cooper. Jesus. It was just, you saw, firstly, the handball from Grody. Wrong. The lazy bounce from Lizard. Wrong. The missed handball to Wicks. Wrong. And then Wicks not being able to clear it. Now, not Wicks' fault.
Yeah.
No, it's the handball's in front of him.
Christ almighty.
Well, we had a couple of them too. There was one where, that's what I was going to say. Juzzy fumbled that one where we got under pressure, and the Saints did.
They were good around the footy.
Yeah, their pressure was up on the weekend, and that caused us into some fumbles in some really dangerous spots as well. And that's where they were able to hit us on the scoreboard and gain that 2-3 goal ascendancy.
They had 20 tackles inside 50. That says a lot. And Callum Wilkie actually had 14 intercepts. But I thought we were entering the forward 50, not bad, but 14 intercepts.
But he didn't, funnily enough, didn't have one in the last quarter. All 14 were to three-quarter time.
Yep.
So, and that kind of showed with the way that we were kicking at goals. Like, I know we had when Braden took the run along the wing and chipped it to Haywood, but a lot of our goals were from right on the arc as well. So, and we didn't allow Wilkie to get in the game. He also should have had that holding the ball free kick against him when Buller chased him down with about 5 minutes to go.
Handy.
Yeah. Yeah, we did sort of get the Callum Wilkie one wrong a little bit. We were sort of getting into him at the start of the game. He lined up on the great Aaron Francis, and we're like, it's going to be a long day for you, Callum.
He settled into the game nicely,
He did.
Callum.
He actually played quite a good game.
Well, I mean, at that stage, we actually got down to 18 points down with 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. It was actually looking pretty grim, just with how they were moving the ball around stoppage and the corridor movement with the link-up handballs. Well, we had very little ability to stop it until Gussie and the great Jack Buller settled us. And we were talking off air, AD. I'm getting used to Buller.
Yeah.
I'm really liking what he's doing.
It's the player we needed, right?
Yep.
Just someone who's going to compete in the air. Well, what I really like is the ability to finish from outside 50 as well. You need that key forward who can lead up, take the marks around there and convert. And there's one thing that you can't question about Jack Buller, and that's the contest in the air. The tackling ability, follows up his work well, and it's definitely something we got to stick at now, especially with the lack of pirate in the team.
Yes.
And there's something I love, Deebs, which I love about Jack Buller, and you should know this.
Oh, here
What's
we go.
that?
Set shot routine.
Yes.
Has his
routine,
little
yes.
thing right on over the top of his thigh, his little jinky joggy steps.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing every time.
Yeah.
And he kicks straight. So I'm all about that.
Yeah, no, now see, look, we did happen to have a few beers on Sunday, and as you mentioned these things to me, they're just rejigging in my mind, and I do remember AD saying, set shot routine, look at this is good, I'm liking it, and he executed really well.
He came out with some gems, the big fella, watching the footy with him on Sunday.
Yeah,
didn't
go.
he just watches the game
He does,
astutely.
Absolutely. It's a nice change compared to yourself and myself.
Yeah, the blood alcohol content may have been a contributing factor, Deebs, but perhaps if we could be more astute football watchers ourselves. But he came out with some good ones. Now, he may have been sort of discussing that with you while I sort of took a seat next to the great 1970 Brownlow medalist Peter Bedford, who was what I could probably consider is reasonable to suggest he was sitting by himself for a reason. not up comes Clarko and sits down and says, "Hello, Wheels." He says, "G'day, Clarko. Can I have some of your chippies?" I said, "Absolutely, son." So that was good. That was enjoyable watching a few, probably half of the third quarter, I think, with Wheels, which was sensational. Dude.
Yeah, very good. Very good. He loves a story, Wheels. We've got some content with Wheels that might come out over the next week or so, I would say. But he's a ripper. He was at the pre-game event. And if you ever get the chance to meet the great Peter Bedford, I'm sure he's got a story or two out there for you.
There has to be. There has to be. He's got plenty. He's like a terabyte hard drive with the amount of information.
He's like a thesaurus, but for stories.
So he's a storybook.
It's a storybook.
I tell you what I did love. I was like, Deebs, get 20 seconds out of Wheels. Yeah, no worries, going through it. I've got a story to tell you. 3 minutes later, I'm like, I don't care, go for it. You're a Brownlow medalist, you can do what you want.
Right.
But Deebs, I got to watch a race. And then he's like, you got a race to watch?
Oh, that was good. I got some content of that.
I did enjoy that.
Hey, Deebs, you don't know it yet, but a thesaurus, but for stories, is going to go down in True Blood's folklore, Deeble. That is genuinely some of your best works, unless he's finding it hard to keep it together.
Hey, no, I'm just here to provide entertainment to the faithful.
Sorry for the value.
Yes,
it's
that's
a
what I
sticker
do.
or a Hallmark card, one of the two.
Yeah, that's right. Or maybe we could chuck that on a T-shirt. I reckon it will bloody sell, Clarko.
And it's still bloody selling.
Guess what? Sold 250,000 copies, and it's still selling. And I can't even bloody spell. I'm semi-bloody illiterate. Oh, Clarko.
Shit.
Very good.
Shit. God, do you know what? Do you know who didn't cook us like I thought he would? Jack Higgins.
Yes.
Normally belts us, Missy.
Had the miss in the second quarter?
Yeah.
Missy Higgins.
Hey,
the
bit
great
of a scar.
Missy Higgins.
Yeah.
Worried you weren't going to pick up
Yeah,
on
you
that.
just got me then. Yeah. We're back on.
Naz, he threatened to tear it apart,
Yes.
but he sort of really didn't. I think he flashed in and out of it.
Yep.
And we did a half-decent job on him. Like in the last second half, he has 9 disposals and 3 of them came in about 30 seconds.
Name one tackle he had.
You can't.
No.
Hey, we've been spending a lot of time together this year.
Yeah.
It's we're just waxing, wax on, wax off.
Yeah.
Tell you what disappointed me. Forward line movement.
Yeah.
Talk
Yeah.
to me.
There was just when we were watching the game in the first quarter, it was all right. But
It was
Yes.
stagnant in second.
That's what I've got here. I've got stagnant too many times. It goes to show how important the Pirate and Papley are because they're always moving around. The agility that the Pirate has, the ability to move into contest and move into space, really frees us up. Like Aaron Francis, God love him. He's trying his hardest, but he's not the most agile man. Jackie Buller's still learning it, and Doss has usually just put it on my head.
Doss
boys.
doesn't move.
Yeah,
Doss doesn't move.
He had a quiet day.
And that's the hard thing for me with Doss. We're all big Doss fans, right? But he is often just he's not as good enough of a contested mark to just say put it on my head, right? He just needs to, if you just lead a little bit, guys like Errol are going to be able to put it on your chest like they do with the Marty.
You see what those Adelaide forwards are doing at the moment, the three-headed beast of Tex, Thriller and Fogarty. They are just moving non-stop. Kick 12 goals with
Because guys, if Riley Thilthorpe can lead, if who's the other big guy?
Fogarty.
If Fogarty can lead,
And
if
Tex.
Tony bloody Lockett can lead, you can lead.
And
you
the
know what I
thing
mean?
is, we've seen it. He's good when he gets out on a lead, and if he puts a gap on him, he just takes a chesty
Exactly,
every time.
yeah.
Stop sliding on your knees, though. I absolutely hate that.
Yep.
But can
Keep
take
your
a rab.
feet. Keep your feet.
Yeah,
For God's sake.
it really did break down sort of in that second and third quarter when we were really struggling to get our ball, when that ball movement wasn't quick and fluid.
Yeah.
Off that half forward ally, we really broke down, and we said it a few times. We're like really missing the
Marty.
here, and Papley. Papley was our most targeted player last year.
Yeah.
So that's what really improved in our game in the 3 previous weeks, having Paps back. Was that link-up play, and it just wasn't quite there for big chunks of the game.
What I will say though is, and some people, Kane Corns specifically, think he's one of the most underrated players in the comp. Will Hayward, when required, whether it's offensively, whether it's defensively, you can rely on him in clutch situations.
Loves the
You
Don
just
Dome.
can. He loves the Don Dome. He loves kicking a snag when you need one. He loves taking a defensive mark when you need him. Will Hayward is just clutch Deeble.
He is. His game builds so much off defense, and I feel like that's where it started. But even he was the guy. He's a bit of Mr. Fix-It, wasn't he? He was the one chucked behind the ball in the last few minutes, took a couple of important marks, and took his opportunities once again as well.
Yep.
Do you think there's an instruction also at the moment, just thinking back to those forward entries, and we noticed it a couple of times, that if they're 55 out, if they've got the leg, like players like the Lizard or Braden Campbell,
have a shot.
Not taking the shots. Like we saw Braden Campbell in the first quarter, the little pitching wedge that went 50 meters. Then we had the Lizard in the second quarter. It was a terrible inside 50 entry to no one. Could have taken a couple of more steps, had a shot, and they went down the other end.
Hold on. I've got something else in my pocket. Let me get it out. It's a license. It's a license for Braden Campbell to have a shot if you're within 60.
Was that the one? Was that the one where he kicked it into the pocket?
Yes,
that was in front of us.
Lobbed
Killed
it up,
me.
man. It's just
Right in front of me.
Yeah.
whoever's got the leg right,
just kick the goal.
Unless there's something coming up at ya, go back, have the shot, and back in your leg and know your skills.
He could have run on his natural arc around a little bit too. Got to 52. He would have put it 15 rows back. We've seen him kick it that far.
He would have put it only bloody 10 metres above the ground.
Yeah.
And don't make me remind you why. Because he was born in a bloody underground car park. He should have that license.
Yeah.
But does it come down to confidence? We know
100%.
BC's a confidence winner.
100%.
But he knows, look at the way. Now, see, you don't mind. It's things like this. You don't mind when Chad, passes it off because you see him doing the team thing.
Yeah.
Braden's screaming down the wing and down the flank and hitting up Hayward. Fantastic.
That
because
was the smart
That's
option.
a percentage move.
Yeah.
That's a percentage move. But this is the showies. This is what the showies are all about. You want guys like Lizard and BC having a ping for
Well,
those.
Errol had a chance too and decided to go the handball. And I thought, is he on his right foot? And I was like, no, he was completely on his left, directly in front, and went for an extra handball. We could have just had a ping. It was about 40 out.
Yeah, well, I think it comes down to the two things, the confidence piece that you talk about and decision making at the end of the day. You got to be making the correct decision more than you're not. And I think BC's building, especially in those defensive roles that he's had the last couple of weeks, but he's the guy who can launch at 60, penetration. We want him to be taking the shots from around the
100%.
arc.
That goal, the first gather round against Richmond, 55 out from the boundary. Brian Taylor called it like it was a bloody funeral. It was one of the most insane goals I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like, he can do it. We all know he can.
BT sucks.
Radio BT.
Yeah,
good. TV
Triple
BT.
M BT.
terrible. Oh.
No, not even comparable.
Yeah.
To the watered down, sanitized Channel 7 BT.
I tell you what, that commentary on Sat, I watched the Fox replay. Oh boy,
Yeah, you mentioned that to me. No good.
They were riding St Kilda big time.
Yeah, I told you, you don't. The last person you want commentating your game. I love Dwayne. I'm a big pipes guy. If you're just 5 points up and it's getting dark on a Sunday and you've got shirts to iron, he's going to be riding home the underdog.
yeah.
And it's bloody hard to listen to.
For sure. Now, AD, I saw a bit of your work on Twitter. I don't know whether it was today or last evening in relation to Isaac Heaney and his numbers with the champion data and the ranking points, et cetera, et cetera. I'm sure you've got that sitting there because you're a well-prepared man. Can you talk me through that?
Yeah, so this season averages over 20 touches, 10 clearances and a goal a game. Only 4 players to do it this year. So himself, Rankin and Took, they've all played between 16 and 17 games, so they've done it. Bont has as well, but he's only played 12 games. So, I don't class it as impressive as Miller, Rankin, and Heens. Obviously, Miller's going to miss the next 4 weeks with a hammy. So, it also goes to show what kind of a season Rankin's having. But Heens, for what you would say is a bit of a down year compared to last year, where,
lofty heights have been set.
Oh, yeah.
Fair to say.
Where he was like, Brownlow favourite, going to win it. Obviously, didn't get the votes we thought he would. He's still having a phenomenal year. And again, went about his business. Hardly noticed him, showed his touch of class that he was the best player on the field with that snap in the first quarter, but just went about it again.
Yeah, look, and I think it's something that just gets associated to wins, right? We haven't had the 16 wins that we had at this stage, right? And that's when the glazing really happens to the best players in the comp is when their team's on top of the ladder.
100%.
And they're, having, because what's he still averaging? 24 and something like that? 24 and at least a goal a game. So it's huge. It's huge stats. And if we had one more games this year, Heaney he still is a top 5 player in the comp.
He's a top 5 player.
It'd be the glaze that he was getting last year too.
It's a game like that where he does that and with the goal he kicks is one of the reasons why I would pick him over Nick Dacos any day because he has the match-winning ability to kick 3 goals and have 10 touches in a quarter. Nick Dacos, fantastic player, will have 15 touches but won't hit the scoreboard.
Yeah. Look, we've got to remember with Heens, he's at his peak now.
Yeah.
Right? And he's been doing these freakish things for years. If you remember, as a 21, 22-year-old, freak.
50-odd goals 2 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. He's in his peak now.
We need him to cash in.
Next year's big, man.
It's a big year.
It's big, man. It's so big. Hey, Jimmy Jordan. Now, this was an interesting one. He had a roll. Roll didn't really work.
Butter?
Yeah, call him Butter. But that got dropped in the closing stage of the second quarter.
Yeah.
I reckon he did. I actually reckon he was handy with what he was doing around the field. Did he get a lot of it? No, but I just thought he was more impactful than he usually is.
Yeah, quite effective with the footy when he got it. Yeah. There's no doubt. There are a few clearances
impact.
in
5 clearances,
there. Yeah. He was doing his thing around there, but they didn't quite work the role, did it?
But it's not going to work. It's not going to work every time. He's done it so well. It's a shock that he hasn't pulled it off.
It's harder off halfback though.
Yeah.
So much harder.
Yeah, and it's sort of when we started to play some better footy too, Naz probably didn't have the impact that he was in that first half.
He wasn't damaging like he was the week before.
Oh, no.
Right? In any way, shape, or
form.
But
I think that also more shows that Hawthorn are very gettable as well in transition.
Most people have them missing the finals.
Yeah. They could slip out. Very easily could slip out.
The Hawthorn drink bottle on the table.
What did I tell you 2 weeks ago? Happy producer, happy life. Yeah, you got to learn. You don't make the same mistake twice, and you've gone and done it.
By what you know,
right, and what you know, don't annoy the producer.
That's right.
Jeez, Clarko.
Tom McCartan,
wrap him up.
You reckon wrap him up fully?
Not for the year. So you're not going to play him for 2 weeks at least. So the Giants game feels very pivotal for a lot of things this season. If we win and we keep, that still keeps everything alive. If we lose, it's all over Red Rover. And at that point, I'm like, there is no use in bringing back Tom McCartan to play. I know it's Brisbane and Geelong. There is no use bringing him back just in case he gets injured again. Make sure everything's all good because this is not his first concussion. Obviously, the family history must be so triggering.
Yeah.
There's a lot to it.
How long was he out for last year?
I think it was at least a month.
Was it the concussion stuff last year? Yeah. It's,
maybe it was delayed.
Yeah. Look, everyone is different. This one didn't look as of a high impact, but at
was
the same.
They're often innocuous, though.
Yeah, they can be. But yeah, look. The injury report today had that he is progressing well and he is in good health and spirits. So he's entered the protocols. It's sus where our situation is at a club after 2 weeks.
Yeah.
To how we move forward, and hopefully, Tommy's all right in the meantime.
I'll tell you what was good. The feedback on Dean Cox and the club for the way they handled it, the feedback was super, super strong.
Yeah, well, because I don't think he initially failed.
He didn't. He didn't.
And then they because they're like, well, you've got to have the test. So you're out for 20 minutes. Then they took him downstairs. But I loved Coxie was like, I don't care about the game right now. Are you okay?
Yeah, he gave him a hug and sort of said, and read the room.
Yeah.
It was a real player first way to look at it.
Yeah.
And that was noticed by a lot of people, which is really good.
So that's correct. He didn't fail the HIA. They just, for the look of it, they said you're done for the day. Yeah.
He got cleaned up. He landed straight on his head and he didn't move for about 5 seconds, at which point the umpire decided to finally pay a free kick.
True. Yeah.
You lost your mind at that point.
That's right.
Which is true.
Yes.
Absolutely. And just look at it, we got to touch on once again the tap work from Brodie Grundy to Errol Goulden.
Doesn't get much better than that, champion.
Pressure time in the game. Got to find something special, and that's what special players do, isn't it? Errol round the corner from 40, LFG.
Not the first time it's been done. Won't be the last. It's a thing of beauty to watch, and how lucky we are that we have, as we've always said, we didn't have a tap ruckman for a very, very, very long time. We made do. We plugged holes where we needed to, and how lucky we are to have a guy who has just risen to lofty heights of which people thought they'd never see from him again in Brodie Grundy.
Yeah.
Right? And you've got Errol Goulden back, and it feels like as if he's never left and didn't get injured at all. He's playing that good at football.
Is there a little bit of Swanee's aura returning, Clarko?
We're farming. We're aura farming right now, Deebs. Don't worry.
I was about to say Deebs is going to go,
That's right.
Oh, beautiful. But yeah, look, you do what you need to do. And when you only play football again for, 1.5 quarters and you jag a win.
It just goes to show what happens if we actually decide to play our best footy. There'll be a game before the end of the year where it's just going to click and we're going to be like, and Deebs is just going to be screaming at me, that's Bloods footy.
I reckon it'll be against a Geelong or a Brisbane.
I reckon the Giants.
And then we tag our mate from 7 Footy and say, how's the aura, son?
Yeah.
And he says, that's right, Clarko, I was wrong.
That's absolutely right. The aura's back.
Very good. We might jump into some social engagement, boys. What do you reckon?
Go, boys.
Yep.
Welcome back to True Bloods. Yes. Woo. So good.
AD, is there a yes out there for you?
Yes.
Bloods are back.
Yes.
Hey, if we flog North by, say, 8 goals plus.
Oh, here we go. I'm glad you didn't go with
I deliberately did.
Yeah.
I deliberately didn't go with the 8+2 number.
Yep.
Because that number is fraught with danger, as we've known for years.
It's probably the only little bit of superstition that we actually buy into.
That's right.
Because it's been proven to wreak havoc with our seasons.
You gave me a 4.5 goals on the week, and I'm like, just say 27 points, Deebs.
That's right. 4.5. Just I like to be accurate. That's all. Where were we going with that? I can't remember. I've lost my train of thought.
The fact of the matter is we went to a really good event.
Yes.
Like in terms
sorry, no, where I was going to go with that was if we win by 8 goals, does the hangover video get a run?
Has to,
doesn't it?
Has to. Purely has to.
And the real Saturday afternoon time slot, it's good time slot. I don't mind that.
Yeah.
Oh, we're at 4:35.
4:30 on Saturday.
4:15, 4:35.
Right.
Around that.
Either, yeah.
There's a 2 bays session ale out there for me. Now, what are these, Deebs?
How they've been treated to some candles from the lovely people at Flinders Street Co. Alex has one of the air fresheners for your vehicle. Madison Clark has the Saintly Chad. And I have the Saintly Haynes. They've sent us out these vanilla-scented candle. These are absolutely berserk and make for our little set here. Just brings a nice little touch to them. So shout out to the guys from Flinders Street Co.
Yes.
We'll share this little clip and we'll put it up on the socials and with a link to buy some stuff. So thanks to the guys there. We really appreciate it.
Replacing the one my fiance bought me for my birthday last year. So I was due for a replacement.
That's it. Got to keep that car nice and fresh.
Oh, mate, got to smell good.
But hey, that event,
yes,
you can see they're doing this more, right? And now, maybe they did them before, but I reckon the Swannies are really hitting their straps with these events that they're doing.
Yeah.
We hosted that Western Bulldogs one, and that was fantastic. But again, incremental uplift pod. They have learned from that, having the Premiership Cup out the front.
Mm-hmm.
Nice little line in, great room to have it in. It wasn't just your standard function room. It was a really nice room within Marvel Stadium. It just phenomenal environment and setup, wasn't it?
It was really good. Yeah, shout out.
John
O'Manasso for inviting us along. Absolutely. It was really, really well run event, and I think it's really good for members to hear how these events are, because sometimes you see the dollar mark put against it, and you're like, oh, that's a big investment. But this was really well run, sensational food and beverages, and I thought
value for money.
The in-depth analysis that we got from one of the best times in our club's history. You sort of can't put a dollar value on that, can you?
You had quarters, and which we said at the start, but that's phenomenal choice, a great choice. You get $150. You could have had as many beers or drinks as you want. Beautiful finger foods, food skewers, everything like that. It was just, it was value for money. Yeah. You're right.
There were the beef skewers going around with a little bit of chimichurri. It was really
the chicken
good.
and leg party pies went down a treat as well.
Absolutely. Yeah. Really nice
So that was great. That was a great way to start it, and Leo's a bloody ripper. We'll get Leo on for sure.
For sure. Well, we're a big interaction pod, big social media pod.
We're big on your speak pipes.
Big speak pipes, a new addition this year. It's just going from strength to strength. The first one comes from Barnsey. Big Barnsey, here we go.
Go, Barnsey.
Mads Deebs, Barnsey here from Newcastle. Another fantastic game from the Swannies. For mine, boys.
For yours.
Grundy on fire once again. Just having an absolute breakout season. Lloydie with 3 goals, cracker, and our mate Will Hayward just absolutely killing it. As well, we had tackles. Nice. Mate, this team's on fire. Let's go straight to September. See you there. Go, boys.
He glitched. Go, boys.
Old glitchy Barnes.
Old glitchy.
Well, I'm actually still recovering from my clip last week. Been 5 seconds over the minute. My jaw's still had to get to the chiro to get put back in properly.
My jaw's still not in place from the hug you went to give me post game. I copped the Tristan cherry to the face, just bang! I was like, he got me right on the jaw,
mate. When Deebs wants to lock you in, it's punishing. He's got powerful forearms and biceps.
Don't I know it? Yeah.
Like Tim Zoo over here. Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Watch out. Watch out.
Look out in the stairwell of Marvel Stadium.
Bloody
look out for people in the bloody stairwell if you're a bloody Shane supporter.
Sometimes you just miss a little bit on the way out, but hey, the first, second type of ability?
Yep.
Accountability. I'll put my hands up.
Correct.
Did get it wrong maybe, but it was sort of a half win, half loss, but
I'm going 40-60 on that.
I'm happy to go for it. It's up for discussion.
I think you were more of the loser there. Like, your point was made, you just went a bit too heavy.
When the Swannies fans started to turn, that's when the concerns came. But okay. No, hey, you got to be in it to win it.
You got that point across.
That's right.
You did that. You certainly did. Jesus,
nothing
what a day.
Safe on this pod.
What a day. Nothing safe.
I mean, St Kilda have just got to win a final, then they can talk some rubbish.
That's right.
Now
we've got Nick this week, and he says with less noise. So we must have clipped him in the past. So incremental uplift. We love that, Nick. Here we go.
Boys, it's Nick from Canberra here. This time without the background noise of the SCG crowd and the the key audience for Matchday Mingle sitting behind me talking about the biceps on our beautiful boys. But holy moly, what a win. I don't think the umpires could have wanted to give it to the Saints any more than they did. Plenty to improve on, but bloody hell. Up the boys, up the potty. Come on!
Yeah, there's a lot of room to improve, Deebs.
Yeah, there's a few few ones that didn't quite go our way. And like with umpiring stuff, I try to refrain from commenting on it because I just see things in such a biased lens, right? So, but
Watching it back this afternoon,
yeah,
the 50-meter penalty against Juzzy,
Joke.
honestly.
Joke.
Like,
stiff.
yeah, stiff.
Talk me through it. I can't call it.
Well, so
remember that
Rowan
one.
Marshall takes the mark about 52 metres out, and Juzzy's
that's
just
right, kick from
cruising
the square.
past, like nowhere near the contest.
Not impacting.
Did not impact the game
Yeah,
one
that's
bit.
right.
Yeah,
Deebs.
and like he's having his shot. He's not lined up there, and old mate umpire 39 blows the 50. Off we go.
He
Then-
copped a little bit.
We were
didn't he?
hot on him.
We were
hot on him.
Then in the next play, Haynes gets a free kick. Rowie picks it up. Advantage. Hasn't taken a step. Knocked out. There's no advantage. They don't call it back. You had the holding the ball against Robbo where he got headlocked. There was Millsy. He got pushed out of a contest. Got a free against him. Juzzy got his head ripped off. Didn't get a free kick.
This is Juzzy.
Then the below the knees went against him. And then Buller didn't get the holding the ball against Wilkie.
That's right.
Yeah. And then Deebs also went early on Wixie having that shot running in for goal. I just had that written down.
Also, Chad didn't get paid that mark
Oh,
as
yeah.
well.
That was in the second quarter.
That killed.
There was a throw against him in the third quarter. He slapped it, and the
Yeah.
umpires called throw.
Called
Are you talking about the one where it was up the other end of the ground from us?
We
Well,
made that
Yeah.
he
transition.
did not mark it.
Yeah.
He should have.
But on the replay, it was a push.
Oh, yeah, it was a push.
Chopped the arm or whatever.
Yeah, something. Hey,
We won the free kick count, which is something, but the big ones really went against us. And then
that's right.
I wanted the entitlement of St Kilda fans. That shit me. For a team to start chanting bullshit when Will Hayward takes a mark in the field and then kicks
Yeah.
the banana and lets them know about it. I'm like, you St Kilda fans, you do not deserve to be entitled about anything.
how good was that goal?
It was a good snag, wasn't it?
Bloody ripper.
The check side.
Oh, yeah.
There's
The
something
bunana.
there's some special about the check side. The bunana.
Yeah, the bunana.
Pressure situation too.
Yeah. No, he executed the skill well. We've got Tom St. John here over on your speak pipes.
What the helly? Tom St. John from Neutral Bay here. There I was, settled in at the Union Pub in North Sydney for what was meant to be a relaxed evening of twilight football on the mid-sized screen, not one that competes with the Clavelli Hotel. But what I got was another nail-biter. Not easy to face up to two teams, not just the Saints, but also the one-eyed boys in yellow. But we overcame. Big from our generals, huge from Wilbur, huge from Jake Lloyd. Easily cured from a spell in the Magoos a few weeks ago. Errol, yes. And big too from our emerging corporals. Beef Sheldrick, I love me some beef. The dream is alive, up the bloods, up the potty.
I'm going to get that nickname into the sphere. I'm going to get it past just the True Bloods.
I think it's getting there.
Yeah.
I think it's getting there.
Yeah, it's a long,
Beyond the auspice.
Yeah.
Beyond the True Bloods auspice.
that's right. It's like the pirate. You know,
Yeah.
our emoji.
Arr, Marty.
Geez, we missed him.
We missed
I
him.
miss him so much.
Yeah.
I just miss hearing you say it.
That's right. Joel.
Joel Arr, Marty.
That's right. Rommers, your man.
Yeah, Romerall. He's, mate, leaps and bounds. The
Leaps
man
and
has
bounds.
come.
Coming on
leaps-
like
He's
leaps and
come
bounds.
leaps and bounds
Here we go. Rommers from Wyonga.
on the Central Coast.
Boys, Rommers from Warringah on the Central Coast here. Look, I would like to rescind my statement from a couple of weeks ago.
Accountability.
I apologise to the faithful for my statement. It was not a true statement because we can still bloody play finals. We can go 6 from 6. We can play finals. Let's bloody go. Up the bloods, up the potty.
That's right. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Just buy in every week.
Buy in.
Have
Oi,
to.
Hey, if you sell, buy back in.
Yeah,
Hey,
there's a pulse.
That's how equities work, faithful.
Yeah.
You can sell it, but you can buy it back the next day. You can buy it back the next 10 minutes if you want. You can always jump back on board.
That's right. We've got a gee whiz. We've got an anonymous here. Hopefully, it's not like that anonymous that we got in one of the first weeks.
Yeah, well, this makes for good content, so hopefully.
Yeah, we'll see how we go.
Hey, it's Joe from Lake Mac.
Oh, Joe.
Hey, Joe.
I honestly could barely watch that game. I'm so happy that we won. I'm not sure that we entirely deserved it, but so happy that we won. We'll take the W, up the potty, up the Bloods, go Sydney Swans.
That is a
Bye.
view.
Yeah.
That is a view.
I thought it would have been one of the all-time heists if we'd gotten beaten.
Well, see, most people are saying we committed one of the all-time highs.
Absolutely not. Given the free kicks that went against us in the last quarter, in times where those calls advantaged St Kilda and led to goals directly, it would have been.
There was a bit of that, wasn't there?
You know what?
They won the free kick count.
No, we did.
We did.
30
No,
to 27.
that's what I'm saying. They won.
Yeah.
Yeah, in that regard.
It wouldn't have been a heist. It would have been grand larceny.
Sure.
The Saints had got the job done.
Who was that, Clinton Gribus?
No, that was actually John Champion when Sheffield United beat Aston Villa in the EPL.
Oh, yeah, but the Nick Davis call on 3AW.
Oh, yes. I heard that for the first time recently.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
That's Clinton Gribus.
Yeah.
It was Clinton Gribus, Gary Lyon,
Rex. Yeah, Rex losing.
Yeah. Good gear. Good gear. Have you heard that one?
Not off the top of my head.
Oh, really?
Not too sure.
It did the rounds on the socials recently.
Sure. I'll have to have it.
Yeah.
Go back to that one. We've got
larceny of the SCG.
we've got Mickey Watson here.
Yeah, go Mickey.
Hello, faithful. Bloody hell. Michael from WA, getting into the potty, fucking loving it. Old man's birthday today. He loved that fucking win over the Saints. Bloody hell, mate. He's down in the winner's piss. Anyway, good win, boys. Love Grundy. Love Golden. Fucking goal square. Beautiful. Up the potty. Up the Bloods. Go, boys.
Strong.
Yeah.
Strong.
Powerful.
That thing with the Goulden goal, Dwayne getting Goulden wrong on the instant. Like, he's like, Heaney! No, Golden and whatever. But BT's call was all right, but you heard Nick Rewalt just like, he dead set blew his load when the tap was like, when the tap went down. But like he talked about it before the hit out too. Like it was good.
Everyone
commentary.
knew where the ball was going, right?
Yeah, that's right. Now we've got James Junior Burger.
Yes.
He's a constant contributor. Do we need to know where Junior Burger comes from?
I think we do.
Oh, we have to.
We have to.
Because if it's a self-proclaimed Junior Burger, he doesn't sound like he's young.
But is his,
Hold
older,
on,
but is his older brother Cheeseburger?
That's true.
Junior Burger.
Do they still make Junior Burgers?
I don't know. There's a new thing called
Do you know what a Junior Burger is?
So is that like Hungry Jack's?
No, Junior Burger is
Macca's
a Macca's thing.
Yeah.
Junior Burger is
But
just...
you boys have got a year or two on me.
It's well, mate, that might be it.
Yeah,
but it's just a burger without the cheese.
Yeah, it's a hamburger.
It's a hamburger.
They changed the naming to the hamburger.
Hey, we're a big...
I think Dane Rampy was in a Macca's
really?
back in the day, yeah.
Oh, we're a big education pod, as you know. So
We are.
Now I know what it is. So maybe he doesn't like cheese.
Maybe he hates cheese.
Could be lactose intolerant.
So Junior Burger, let us know in the DMs.
I have a feeling he already has.
Well, we can't remember it, can we?
I can't remember anything.
It might be there in the archives.
Name one thing I can remember.
Yeah, can All right, here we go. Junior Burger.
Faithful. Junior Burger in from Cairns again. Just revelling on a Monday morning with a great dub over the weekend. Some cracking footy in the first and final terms, and the boys even found time for a siesta in between, so good for them. A lot of positives to take out of that one, but I'm sure you got, no doubt you've already forensically analysed that. I just want to tip the cap to, I think, Mads and AD in the preview to this one said Will Hayward was on for 3, and that when Will Hayward kicks 3, the Swans don't lose. So some prophecy there. Good job. And, geez, I hope Tommy Mack's all right because he's been a pillar of strength for us all year. So hope he gets back in the mix soon. But, yep, enjoy it. There's still a pulse. Up the potty.
Now, what word did he use there to give you some accolades?
Tip the cap.
Yeah, tip the cap, but he said the prophecy.
Prophecy.
Yeah. Yes.
Now, the modern version of prophecy, W's in the chat. W's in chat for the boys, all right? So just work that one in Junior Burger next week if you could.
Quite prophetic. See, I didn't even remember that.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. I was listening intently to Big Junior Burger. You had me hooked in.
Yeah.
All right, now we got 2 more. We'll go with Mitchell, and then we'll hear something about a little preview for the North game as well.
Yeah.
So, Mitchell here.
Mads, Deebs, Faithful. It's Mitch from Hornsby Heights here. I'm not sure if you've heard the news, but the AFL are investigating the Swans trainers. They've been caught sprinkling a bit of incremental uplift into the boys' drinks at 3/4 time. Jeez, how bloody good was that? We made it hard for ourselves, but we got there in the end. Couple of key performances from your Wilbers, your Lloyds, your Bullers. But boys, it just had to be. It had to be King Arthur, Richard Errol, whatever you want to bloody call him, strolling into Fort Fiddy on horseback, screaming to the St Kilda faithful, name a better left peg in the competition. You can't. Boys, that's all from me. Up the bloods, but most importantly, up the bloody.
Up the bloody. Very good, Mitch. We love that.
Hey, that was elite.
Yeah.
Now, we're going to hear from one of your men.
One of my men.
One of your men.
Yeah, we've got a roster going.
Yeah.
Right?
That's right. We've got the great German who had the pleasure of sitting with us last time that we played North Melbourne. And I don't think he's ever recovered. And just quietly, I've never seen a more shattered man than German this night.
He was a forlorn figure.
They're used to getting smashed.
It was just a bit different, AD, because
I think they had smacked Melbourne the week before.
It was after. It was.
Didn't
they go overboard with that? The Phoenix Rising, hey, Kingy?
Mate, they were up and about. They were up and about, and I think it was that and being surrounded by Swan supporters. And it was just a demolition.
I'm still filthy Nick Larkey kicked those 2 junk time goals.
Yeah, correct.
Still
because it was one of the great defensive performances from Team Ackland.
So we might hear from German. Here we go.
Let's hear it. Go, Germ. One of the biggest tragic.
G'day, faithful. It's German here. I've been asked to send in my opinion of the upcoming North game, which is interesting because I usually just come across as the ramblings of a madman. I'm expecting a better performance this weekend than what we dished up back in round 4, which is one of the more disappointing performances of the year for mine.
For yours?
I still have nightmares of being surrounded by the faithful, Deebs and Mads and Riley Bice announcing himself as the next Sydney Swans superstar running off half-back. So, that's still a rough one to think back on.
He's not dealing well.
We should get Larky and LDU back this weekend, which will help enormously. However, Cherry being rubbed out is a huge blow, and Grundy will likely have the rub of the green. Side note, he barely touched the bloke. Players to look out for from a North perspective are Colby McKercher, who's been tearing it up off half-back. Many have said that he's our Errol. Zerha and PC, Paul Curtis, have been really dangerous up forward, kicking goals every week if we can get the ball down there. And Cooper Harvey has been good the last couple of weeks. He's slotted 4 on the weekend. So if the mids can get it up forward, then, those guys will be dangerous. The danger areas for us are, apart from all around the ground, certainly up forward for you. Our defence has been absolutely pitiful, weak as straw. Wow. So just teams dishing up 100 every week for fun, which is hard to watch. Could be another Amati party. Hopefully we can recover like we did against the Blues and get this one back. But I can't say I'm feeling confident. Up the potty. Bye for now.
I'm not feeling a lot of confidence coming from John.
No, I'm not. He's one of the most passionate football supporters.
Is he realistic?
I know. He's very, very realistic. He just got back from his honeymoon, actually. So shout out, Germ. I was actually groomsman at his wedding, which was delightful to see. But he is one of the most realistic football supporters ever, and he would have been trying to put as much mail on that as possible.
I was about to say, do I want him to bring him back down to earth now or in the preview? Because the North fitness updates come out since. They're like, Nick Larkey's knee's kind of cooked. It's still sore. He can't run.
Yep.
LDU is still a test as well.
And look, I think Germ does need a little bit of a clip comparing Colby McKercher to Errol Goulden, but let's go. He might get there in time, but he's no Errol Goulden.
He's decent. Good. I actually got told at German's wedding, he's made of his Jakey that works at North Melbourne. and he said he's going to be as good as Errol. And I've been watching Colby McKercher since.
Hey, no, look,
I have not. No. I fundamentally disagree with that.
He's more lizard than Errol.
I just don't. I don't see the comparison, especially at a relatively similar age, aren't they?
2 years.
At least 2 years. But what Errol was doing at the time.
Second year. That was when we made the grand final.
And then it's not. I'm a big Colby McKercher guy. I actually think he's got a.
He's good.
He's got a lot to come in the coming years, but he's no Errol Goulden.
Georgie Wardlaw he's going to be back from though, so that might help him in the midfield.
That's right.
This July, True Bloods is brought to you by, once again, the Clovelly Hotel, the unofficial Sydney Swans social club by the sea. Whether you're dissecting the midfield mix or debating the best halfback pairing, there's no better spot than Clovelly's coastal oasis. And if you're a code-switching sports tragic, get down to the Clovelly for the British and Irish Lions tour, showing all the action live and loud, whether it's Wallabies, Lions, Roaring Fans, and ice-cold schooners or doozies. We have it all at the Clovelly Hotel. So whether it's AFL or rugby or just good vibes, make the Clovelly Hotel your sporting home this July.
This is True Bloods, and we are back to preview the game against Kanga. 4:15. I've been corrected at the SCG this week, but
yes,
I really want to hear this VFL report before we get into the game because it seemed like a weird game and not a great result.
Yeah, it was berserk, wasn't it?
We might try and delve into it a little bit more post-Cathy's report because it's bloody concerning what's going on down there at the VFL, isn't
Especially because they've got their strongest list, theoretically.
So let's hear from the great man.
Mads, Deebs, faithful. Jesus. Watching this game was like getting on the piss with Amy Winehouse, Courtney Love and Kurt Cobain. Ups, downs, and more bloody downs. With a 10-goal slap down at Trevor Barker Beach Oval in Sandringham, if you don't mind. After we got our noses in front, the boys unfortunately capitulated to the stronger bodies and experienced heads. In conditions that were challenging, it would have knocked the elephant on its ass down at the beach. But we are relatively positive. Couple of good trends. The top 10 best rated players, funnily enough, were fucking AFL listed players. Caleb Mitchell, best on ground, excellent performance on the scoreboard, 25 touches. Indy Kirk coming in closely behind with Ollie Florent seeing some urgency in his predicament, making some good headway. Caden Cleary and Will Green continue to build. Quite happy with Will's efforts in the rucks. Benny Patton off half back and in the middle, looking okay. Bit unlucky in front of the big sticks. Corey Warner and Ned Bowman. Neddy Bowman getting around the footy, just under 20 touches.
Good boy.
Using his skills. By God, we need to see it every week. And unfortunately, our smalls in Totoli and Hanley just a little unlucky in the front of the big sticks with the conditions proving difficult.
It's windy down there.
It's onwards to next week. They've got to keep their eye on it. There's only a couple of weeks left to prove that you belong in the jumper. Big changes at the end of the year. Come on, boys. Up the potty.
Very good. Very good there. Challenging couple of weeks in the VFL.
I reckon they're going to put the brome through the VFL.
They hit the front and got slapped by 10 goals in the last quarter.
But weren't we getting slapped before that?
At half,
did we come back?
At half, we didn't score a point in the second half. It was 8-7 to 2-4 in the at half time, and then we've got in front at the start of the last quarter, and then Sandringham decided to kick 10 goals.
Yeah.
Like,
And
insane.
there's been a few things like that. When we were up there a few weeks ago against Casey, they absolutely drubbed us in the last quarter, kicked 10 goals.
Cooked us.
There's been a few things like that. I've seen a few questions come over the coaching panel down there. Jared McVeigh leading that, whether he's sort of, hard to judge early, I suppose, and especially with some of the injury challenges this year, but talk maybe he needs to come back into the AFL fold, go back to that defense, stick to what you know type thing.
We're second last.
Yeah.
In a 21-team comp.
It's not good, is it? It's concerning, and especially when it's so important when you are going well and when you do make finals to have that VFL up and going.
That's right.
To bring guys through, especially if you're going to make, be playing in September.
And it all comes down to competition for spots, right? And that's really healthy, and that's what we're really big on, is making people accountable every week for your performance. No passengers. Make sure everyone's putting in 100%, because you need to know that you could get dropped if you're not up to scratch. And at the moment, I mean, no one's knocking down the door, so it makes it really hard to do that.
Like Hawthorn's resis are on top at the moment. Box Hill Hawks, you had that Ramsden bloke, got dropped, went down the resis, kicks 4 goals. Mitch Lewis kicked 5. Lukey Brewster's in the goals as well. Reeves is down there kicking some goals, having a bunch of possessions as well. Henry Hustwaite, Jack Scrimshaw having 30 and 25 each. And then you look at this Sandringham team and you look at their top-rated players on the field. It's blokes that would get games most week, like Darcy Wilson, Paddy Dow, good VFL player, not good enough for the AFL. That Schoenmaker has 25 as well. Zach Jones, he's probably at his level, in fairness, getting 23 touches in the VFL. But like Florin has 36, 23 handballs.
Yeah.
Like 13 kicks, disposal efficiency at 75%.
You might have been going in there and getting it.
Yeah.
You don't know, but yeah, it's just not good enough. It's just
concerning.
Not good enough.
We are concerned about our depth because it showed at the start of the season as well. And I think getting some off-season moves right, like, maybe, you might have to give up a couple of 3rd and 4th rounders in to get people that do help stabilize the floor, because that's just important as your ceiling raises.
We need depth. We don't need our top end. We don't.
Great.
We need probably one or two key position, right?
We need a defender and a forward.
Yeah, defender and a forward. We need a key forward and a key defender, right?
And then
but it's depth. The rest of it is just bloody depth.
I'm not against picking up a couple of these blokes who are killing it in the VFL every year. Getting a game. It's shown with Bicey. You're bringing him in. At least he's been running around in the VFL for a couple of years, had a bunch of good footy under his belt at a decent level. That Crossley could come in and be a decent backup ruckman just in case Brody goes down.
Yeah, that's right.
And because who knows what we're going to do with the Eshe at the end of the year.
Yep.
There's a bunch of, and I think it's Dom Brew, gets like 40 every week for Werribee. Can't get a crack at AFL. Give him a call, because you never know what's going to happen.
That's right. Yeah, there's probably some work to do. I think the last few years, a lot of our rookie stuff has been younger guys.
Yeah.
Whether there's some room for some mature ages on there.
Where's the next Craig Bolton?
That's right. That's what we need.
It's a good point.
But we come up against North this week. You couldn't say they're in form. Got done by 5 goals to the D's on the weekend. How do you see this one shaping up, lads? You got your Sheasels running around, the Colby McKirches, your Lukey Parkers getting around. Hopefully we don't have to deal with the Suvlaki. Hopefully the knee's still cooked.
If we don't have to deal with Suv, that'd be great, because Rampy's a test.
Yeah, Rampy will be back in. I thought he'd be back in this week.
So that's fantastic, but hopefully we don't have to deal with that. I mean, Malikan probably would have gone to him anyway.
But then it's Ramps on Zerha.
Yeah, correct. And that's I don't
having a good year,
Zerha. I don't mind that matchup at all, actually. But look, the funny thing about North is they're the most talented they've been in years.
100%.
They are their midfield's sensational for mine.
For yours?
Their forward line is dangerous when fit and firing. Their defense is a bit suspect, right?
Yeah.
You got now Toby Pink. You can meme him all you like. He's
their Aaron Francis,
literally. Your Aiden Cause, things like that. I'm a fan of what they're trying to do. It just hasn't translated into wins. And they're just not it.
This would
year.
be a game the Pirate could tear apart.
This is your big bag for the Pirate. If he was there, he's not going to be there. Unfortunately, he's not going to be there.
They've got a lot of accumulators, like apart from maybe McKercher, who won't kill you with the footy. At least McKercher and Wardlaw, they just know one way. It's going forward.
Davies Uniac's a butcher, as well.
Sheasel runs around, doesn't get a lot of it. Like they've just got to as if you're a North fan, you've just got to throw that bloke in the midfield.
Well, I don't know why they haven't.
I don't get it either. What is it like? Will Powell gets a bunch of the footy.
Yeah.
He's been in and out all year. Cooper Harvey's popped up and kicked a couple of goals. But you have a look. It's like, okay, the top end is good, but they're players that should be B graders as C graders. Like Dylan Stevens is having a good year for them, for God's sake.
So is Jacob Constanti.
Yeah, but that just shows.
That's what I mean.
I don't think, but he's just a pressure forward who hasn't really hit the scoreboard much.
This is the thing. I had an at length chat with the great German.
Yes,
and he said the thing about Constanti, and he
He's got a bit of prick in him.
Well, we've got the same knock with Constanti that we had with a Ben Ronk, right?
Yeah.
You're a pressure forward. You do good things, but if you can't hit the scoreboard,
that's right.
then we're going to delist you
That's right.
because you're a list clogger.
Well, we're on the same.
You got
we're on
Jai
the same
Simpkin
path
there as well, who one week is great, next week
Jai
is not.
Simpkin is categorically one of the worst players I've ever seen play football. Wow. But for the experience and being in the leadership position, you look at a garden variety chain of handballs, you look at who fucks it up. 9 times out of 10, it's Jai bloody Simpkin.
You have a look at him.
Seriously, it is. Yeah. It's cooked. It's
I don't
insane.
reckon he's that bad.
You look at him last week. McKercher 29, Sheasel 29, Caleb Daniel like 28, Parker 27, Tom Powell 27.
Let Caleb Daniel have the ball all day. There's a guy who'll get a job down slinging ribeyes because he's a butcher.
Well, he just doesn't have a penetrating kick. It's not damaging.
He never has, but I think his decision making is just gone backwards this year.
Pretty funny seeing him try to contest a mark with Sam Darcy.
Yeah, that did see that.
That was very funny.
Sensational news with Tristan Sherry being rubbed out for 3 weeks.
He's currently in the thing with Zeta. I will see if we get a live update.
There's no way he gets off.
I was actually quite looking forward to that as a test. Yeah.
No, then it does nothing but favours for Brody for our All-Australian honours as well.
It
so
doesn't.
very happy with that.
But look, Wardlaw's a player. Wardlaw's an absolute player.
Yeah.
Zerha can kick goals. He's had 2+ in 9 out of the last 11 games.
He's been a match winner for him.
Yep.
3 goals, 2 on the weekend, so definitely requires some attention. Paul Curtis was nearly in All-Australian contention before he got rubbed out for those 3 weeks. Probably hasn't come back as strong.
Yeah.
But
he's a weapon, though.
Is there a role out there for a Harry Cunningham or a Wixie?
That's Harry Cunningham.
I reckon it's Harry Cunningham.
Because I reckon it's Harry Cunningham too. Because I'm really loving what
he can take
Wixie's,
a grab, Curtis as well. So Harry can go with him in the air. I don't think Wixie can.
Or is it a Dane Rampy?
Well, that'll depend on the larky, but I think Curtis might have too much toe for him.
And Rampy will play slightly higher.
Rampy's wily with those players.
Yeah,
though. It's a Zerha. It's a Zerha.
But also, he either got. Well, it's either Melican goes to Zerha. This is if Larky doesn't play.
I do not like that matchup.
Yeah,
I would rather Rampy on.
I prefer Rampy.
Yeah. Well, then you've got, I suppose, then it's Melican on Finbar Maley.
I don't know who that is.
He's a guy with a great mustache.
We've won 9 straight versus North.
Yeah. They haven't beaten us at home for like 10 years.
Yeah, it's funny.
They nearly got us that one game up there. Remember
it was at 1 point.
Yeah.
Heaney kicked one late.
Yeah, but then there was I think they beat us by 2 points like in 2018 or something as well.
Yeah.
And
then there was the interchange gate.
Yeah. Oh, how good. Dane Rampy
True.
all
They've
over
nearly
it.
got us a couple of times.
No, it hasn't been as
But
prolific.
last 2 wins, 80 and 67. So
yeah.
I don't get, because they have seemingly, it's been a funny one because they've seemingly improved. And I really like.
I don't think they have.
Watching. No, this is what I'm saying. They've seemingly improved just from the hype and the talent pool, but their ladder positions suggest they haven't improved at all.
it's because
is cool.
It's because they haven't beaten. It's because they had that big win against Melbourne. They beat Carlton as well, and then, they beat Richmond at the MCG as well. But those have been the games. And let's be honest, they should have beaten Brisbane earlier this year too.
Yeah, correct.
So when they're playing well, and that's their problem, is the continuity and just the week-on-week improvements. Is they have too many players that just go missing and disappear at times. Like even some of their good players, like when Luke Parker is one of your best players this year, probably a concern. Love Luke Parker, we absolutely love him, but he should not be in the top 5 of their best and fairest.
No.
Yeah, and it's defensively, right? They haven't improved. They're conceding 100 points every week,
And this is where we'll get them. And
hopefully more of the same.
For
right?
mine, Deebs,
for yours,
my invite is very, very clear, and I've been thinking about this since we left Marvel Stadium.
Yes,
Chad Warner.
Yes,
I want him to tear shreds through this game.
We're waiting for him to tear one off. Everyone, once again, he's one who is held to a really, really high standard.
Yeah, correct.
Still going fine. Probably haven't seen the Chad bursting out of packs as much as we've seen in the past.
Did it a couple times in the last quarter on the weekend.
Yeah.
Though.
So, no, I'm more than happy.
I want to see 3 goals from the big fella.
22 and 3.
Yeah, that'd be
Would
lovely.
you be happy with that?
That'd be lovely.
That'd be nice. AD, have you got an invite out there for you?
I had the Chad written down as well, but
no, we love that.
Yeah, but let's go with Haynes. I wouldn't mind seeing him play a bit more time in the forward line on the weekend as well, because if we're playing some defensive roles on a Wardlaw and LDU if he plays as well, I would love to see Heens coming out of the goal square because we know how good he is in the air or in one-on-one contest. He could have an absolute day out. This could be a 5-goal game for Heens.
For the last 3 games, they've averaged 135 points against.
Yeah.
The last 3 games.
That is fucked. They let Jake Melksham kick 5 goals last week. Yeah. Like the milkshake kicked 5.
Yeah.
Milkshakes. You've got to be concerned about milkshakes.
Yeah.
You got to be concerned. You can't be worrying about milkshakes, Melksham. And I just turn him around. My invite goes out to the skipper, Callum Mills.
Yeah, Millsy.
Best 2-way mid in the comp. Spending a bit of a
had some poor efforts on the weekend.
Yeah, spending a bit of time behind the pill. I can see Millsy having 28 at 85% off half.
I like that.
Yeah, so there's my invite. And
Schwannies by how far, David?
Schwannies by 7 goals, 42
Like
points.
it, mate.
63 points.
48 points.
Nice.
Schwannies.
And yeah, we just want to see that incremental
I just want to
uplift.
keep winning. I want to keep investing.
Team wise, changes. Is it as simple as Tommy out, Rampy in?
Well, I've liked what Hamling's been doing.
Yes, behind the pill. Behind the pill.
Yeah.
Don't try and reinvent the wheel.
Well, that's it. Maybe, it depends on what kind of matchup he gets because it's also like if Larky's playing, it's like where does he go? Like maybe he just sticks with him body on body in the goal square, which frees up Rampy or Melican elsewhere.
What do you do with Francis?
I think he's the one that may get dropped for mine.
Yours. Yeah, I feel like
it could be a time
unless you're playing him. I don't know
because he's not going to be a defensive forward on a Callum Wilkie or the Viking, whatever that bloke's name was last week. There's sort of no role for him there. Is it a time to maybe give a Caden Cleary, a Corey Warren, or just some like bit more speed around the field?
More speed in the game.
Because that's probably going to be our worry. That was what we saw on the weekend. Our movement in the forward
was a bit
line.
slower than normal.
Whereas if we're just zipping it around, they won't be able to keep up with us.
And I go back to the St Kilda handball chains that we were powerless to stop. I would like a little bit more forward pressure as well. That'd be good. So that's where Caden Cleary would be handy, I think.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I've had people screaming for Detoli.
Nah, I don't think we'll see.
I mean, unless you're knocking down the door,
which he's not.
Which it doesn't sound like he is.
If he was kicking straight, I'd be like, all right, give him a
I
game.
don't want you to come on and kick 0 goals 3 and then get dropped again and ruin your confidence. That's, time and place. If the only way I see Detoli getting a game is if we're cast and we can't make finals.
Yeah, that's why I think the GWS game is big because if we lose that, it might be all right. Let's put a couple of boys out to pasture who not in all Australian.
Go have a surgery.
Well, it's what Geelong did a few years ago, and look, they made a prelim the following year. So it's the smart way to do it.
Speed on the ball. Maybe Florent gets a look in. 36 in the VFL on the weekend.
Where does he fit though? That's the thing.
Well, it's got to be for that running role, run and create role.
We need to come through the corridor more. We only did it a couple of times on the weekend, and the one time we did it,
funny
to a goal
because we usually love the corridor. At Marvel.
Yeah, teams just know we're going there too. We are bloody predictable like that. But we should also jump into the tipping.
Tipping.
Clarko.
Yes.
I have the top 10 here. We've got Buxy 8 on 111, Belly's Banter, Greg on the Goldie, Todd Rage, and J Max and Wishlist on 112.
Oof.
Hopesy, who we met on the weekend.
Yes, Weapon. Well done, Hopesy.
Shout out Hopesy on 113, along with Paddy the Baddie. Isabel Lowe has dropped the lead for the first time in about 10 weeks, I reckon.
We saw her at the pre-game.
did.
She was panicking a little bit.
Shout out to her and her mum, but she was one behind at that stage. She's evened it back up. So it's 114, but she is behind on points. And then we've got Schmitty 17 on top. So only a few weeks to go in that. But
I'm just interested in beating you at the moment, Deebs, because we're both right down the bottom. I forgot to put mine in overseas a few times.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, excuses. Yeah. It's like Clarko trying to tell us the other week that he forgot his tips in his work one, and then we don't really care about your work tipping.
No,
I care about you chasing down Meg Lanning.
That's right.
I only care about celebrity tipping. That's the only tipping I care
about. Now, we worked really hard on the weekend. We picked the Gold Coast.
Yes, well done, boys.
And then we blew it.
You didn't tip the Crows.
No, we tipped Geelong to win against GWS.
I tipped Geelong, but tipped the Crows, which helped me out.
Yeah, so 7 out of 9
We also
I tipped
tipped
on
Hawthorn.
102.
Oh, no.
Didn't we?
I don't know, man.
Sorry.
I don't know. No, maybe we tip for you. I don't know.
All right, first, all starts on Thursday night. Essendon and GWS.
GWS Essendon Acast. So.
I've had a financial wager on the Giants to win by 100.
Nice.
Yeah, nice.
Could well and truly happen. The way they're slicing teams up, that's so on.
Cadman.
What's that paying?
It was $15 this morning, and then the news came out Nate Caddy was injured. So
Gamble responsibly.
Yes, always gamble responsibly.
Very good. Friday, we've got probably maybe game of the round, Brisbane and the Bulldogs. Although
Whereabouts?
Bulldogs let us
Up
down
there.
last week, up there.
Brisbane aren't getting at it. They're boring at the moment, the Lions. They're turning up, they're winning. There's been like 2 games this year. I'm like, oh, they're fun to watch. Just stop it.
Bulldogs can't beat anyone above them.
That's right.
They
just can't.
They haven't won a game.
They've won one in the one win against the top 8 side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Top 9.
Yep, get stuffed.
Yeah.
Hawks and Port, Saturday afternoon.
Hawks should win. It's in Tassie.
I've always backed the Hawks.
No Hornet, no Rosé.
He's a big Hawks
I'm a
tipping guy.
big Hawks guy.
Saturday night, we got Carlton and Melbourne.
Melbourne.
That is a terrible game, but the D's will smack them.
West Coast and Richmond, Saturday night.
Game of the round. No, they both believe they can win.
That's
It's a
right.
And they both have a crack.
And it's a more interesting game than Carlton and Melbourne.
Yeah, but they both have a crack.
I'll tip the Weagles at home. Harley Reid will get 3 votes.
Lowest rated player in the competition in the last 9 weeks.
Harley Reid.
He
had 26 disposals and 10 clearances on the weekend.
Turning it over a lot. Can't kick for goal.
I love it. Him calling Hornet a mummy's boy. That was fantastic TV.
Fantastic.
Maybe the Tigers there. That might be our upset.
Are we one behind?
We are.
Okay.
One behind Meg Lanning.
Do we need to start panicking though?
No.
Richmond had their win on the weekend. Like, is there an emotional dump?
As long as we stay in touch with
Or
it.
confident.
In fact, that's what this segment needs to become purely focused on beating Meg Lanning.
Meg Lanning. I wonder if we can get Meg Lanning into the pod.
She's a local, isn't
Would
she?
she even know who we are?
Probably not.
She would look at the celebrity tipping
And be like,
what is
In
this?
fairness, I am tipping Lucy. I'm riding Lucy the Great Dane. I'm all about Lucy winning this tipping comp.
She's every chance of knocking us off.
Yeah.
Sunday, we've got Geelong and St Kilda.
Geelong
down at GMHBA.
Yeah.
We got Collingwood and Freo.
Good game. Pies bounce back.
Pies MCG.
Back at the MCG.
And
they might be jet lagged.
They won't travel for the next 87 days.
And Grenache, we've got Adelaide and the Gold Coast.
What a game.
That's a good one. That's a great Grenache.
That is a Sunday roast all over.
I'll tell you what I won't be doing. Staying out till Monday morning.
1 p.m. or 12:30 or whatever it was.
Adelaide at home. That's the only reason.
I reckon Gold Coast.
Yeah.
There you go.
What do you reckon?
Gold Coast, I think.
Ooh.
Witsy.
Is Adelaide finally coming good after I've been pasting?
Adelaide are pretty good. They're every chance of finishing top.
I reckon they've really improved in the last month.
They're a chance of finishing top 2.
For sure. AD, thank you again for coming in, buddy.
Pleasure, never a chore.
That's right. Clarko, you've been just okay tonight, I thought.
Thank you, mate.
Good on you, buddy.
Anything above sort of base level, I'm comfortable with.
That's right.
Likewise yourself.
Thank you. Yeah, we're they talk about the 6 Ps a lot, Clarko.
6 Ps.
Proper preparation prevents piss poor performance.
Yeah.
And I think we need to have a hard look at ourselves. AD comes in here with his sheets of paper.
Hold on. He's got a minute.
Yeah, we can all go on chat but GPT, mate.
No, I put the
All
notes
buddy?
into chat GPT.
Yeah, whatever, mate. Whatever. But this has been True Bloods. We are the number 1 independent Sydney Swans fan podcast. We're number 1 in the hearts. And we're number 1 on the charts. We're speaking words of wisdom. Up the potty.